probably going to lose followers for this, but you know what? I have got a pretty significant platform, and I typically don't talk about politics or anything too controversial because my page is about fun, right? I can't keep quiet anymore. I am seeing video after video after video of what these ICE agents are doing to people, what this administration is doing to families. They're all criminals, right? We are deporting the worst of the hardened criminals, right? No. And if you truly believe that in your heart, you really believe that the people that are being deported without due process are the worst of the worst criminals, then I beg you to do some research. Just search on TikTok. Just search hashtag ICE on TikTok. And you will see ICE agents covering their faces and wearing masks and tackling old ladies and running over people in their cars. Like, this is... CBS News just posted a video of these protesters getting run over by ICE agents in a van. What are we doing? I think, sure, if you want to implement stronger border policy, do it. Sure, every other country has strong border policies, right? But to take the action that this administration is taking right now and deporting non-criminals, people that have just been here for decades, that are business owners and, have families and own homes and are just being normal people in this country, are being ripped from their homes and families are being destroyed, and it is sickening. So I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help other than just maybe convince some people that are blinded, that are believing all the lies, to maybe not believe them and really open up your eyes and see what is happening to the people in this country. It's not politics, it is people. And I don't think that all of these illegals are draining our resources so much so that it justifies not treating them like humans. So
Donald Trump's ICE returned to duty a man who grabbed a mother, threw her to the ground simply because she was crying, upset that her husband had been arrested by the immigration authorities. At the time, a Homeland Security spokesperson said this conduct was unacceptable and beneath the men and women of ICE. And then somebody senior reviewed it, I wonder who that would be, and said, put the guy back on the job. So they did. Let me show you the video. It's horrific.
They're going to kill him, a woman pleads in Spanish to a plainclothes officer. Then he pushes her to the ground and stands over her as the cries of her two children echo through the hall.
That was video from the local CBS affiliate in New York. Just yesterday in Chicago, ICE officials opened fire on a journalist, fired into her car. The window was down with some kind of pepper bullet that exploded in the car, filled her car. She was choking, jumped out of the car, vomited all over the place. CBS News journalist against CBS for no reason. She was driving by to see if there was a protest. She was going to film it. There was nobody there, no protesters. They decided to attack her. From 50 feet away, they opened fire on her car. This is what these guys do. They're called fascists for a reason. Because when you beat up women who are simply crying about their husband and you grab her, manhunt, throw her to the ground, and then you put him back on the job 2 days later, because clearly guess who weighed in and said, I like what he did, put him back on the job. The moral of the story is if you don't like people calling you fascists, maybe you should stop acting like one.
So apparently there's a bunch of tow truck drivers in LA and around where ICE is raiding, and they're following around the ICE vehicles. And the ICE vehicles are often parking illegally so that they can go, kidnap people and drag them into their cars. So the tow truck drivers are following them, and the minute that they park, the tow trucks are towing the ICE vehicles away so that when ICE agents come back, hauling their kidnapped victims, their cars are gone. I fully support.
ICE is a definition of weak men with no backbone and no morals. To snatch up and throw a woman on the ground just because she's upset that her husband, who's going through asylum, trying to get citizenship the correct way, is being thrown to the ground by men with force. That's a suckers game. You guys are a bunch of suckers.
So Governor Pritzker of Illinois has just come out to confirm that ICE is harassing people in the city of Chicago for not being white. They're going up to people for no reason who are just going about their day, but they're not white. So they're harassing them to see if they fight back, if they do something to ICE agents so that they can just arrest them on the street. They're goading them. These are families with children, with multiple members walking through the streets of Chicago, and because they're not white, ICE agents are targeting them, questioning them, asking them for documents. That's insane. That's not American. People should be allowed to not be white in the streets of the United States. But this is where we are, people.
We have some absolutely horrific news right now. According to NBC Boston, ICE agents held a 5-year-old girl with autism outside of her home in an effort to try to force her father out to detain him. According to the girl's mother, ICE agents literally held the girl outside, trying to coax this father out of the house to try to detain him. This 5-year-old girl has autism, according to the mother. And there's a video from Telemundo that shows the family literally screaming and yelling and urging ICE to give back their 5-year-old girl. One of the agents is heard on camera saying, is this your girl? Essentially, come out and show me your ID. That to the father. It's very easy to lose sight of the brutality that we see on a daily basis because we see so much of it. But this is a story that cannot get lost in the media cycle. And so I need your help to spread the word so that more people know what's happening. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along for more. What's up?
Bunch of chumps couldn't even catch one guy on a bicycle. You got 25 of them on the road. They're all unfit, not fit for the job. They're stated to get a $50,000 bonus after 90 days, not knowing that on the 89th day they're getting fired, so they're not getting the bonuses and they're not getting any benefits. You guys are a bunch of suckers, is what you are. They're a bunch of suckers. You're ran by a fascist who still doesn't even provide you with the pay and the promises that you're told that you were going to be given. So you're being played at the same time while playing yourself and playing these families, and you look like a fool on these streets. Suckers.
We have some breaking news. The Trump administration just confirmed what many immigrant advocates have feared. ICE is now targeting non-citizens for deportation, even if they are here legally. It has been said out loud. In a new policy briefing, senior officials admitted that being a green card holder, having a visa, or even being a lawful asylum seeker will not be enough to protect you if you are not a U.S. citizen. And it doesn't stop there. The ICE director said plainly that undocumented immigrants will be deported regardless of whether they have committed a crime. Quote, "We are coming for them either way," end quote. These comments came as Trump's ICE announced a massive funding boost from $8 billion to $28 billion. And with that money, they are building out the largest deportation force in U.S. history. The agency now says its goal is to remove up to 1 million people in a single year. Civil rights groups call it a war on immigration, but Trump's team says it's just getting started. Stay with me on this. I will keep you updated. My name is Jared Zisser. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Substack for all breaking news, all updates, and the full story.
We have some extremely serious news this morning. A watchdog group is now alleging that children have been detained in ICE custody for prolonged periods of time without adequate clean water or sleep in a remote area in Texas. Young children, and everyone needs to know about this. The facility that they're talking about is in a town called Dilley, Texas. It's about an hour southwest of San Antonio, and it's a prison-like environment where young kids are being held for a prolonged period of time. The new court filing, first reported by The Guardian, shows that the children in this facility have prolonged, vaguely explained detention that goes well beyond the legal limit of 20 days for detaining a child. Families have not had access to clean drinking water. Children are suffering from sleep deprivation. Children are receiving inadequate medical care. There's a lack of hygiene products in the facility, and they're experiencing emotional abuse from the custody. Everyone needs to know about this. Spread the word so more people know. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. I'll have much more to come very soon.
Yeah, kids are suffering. Little kids are suffering. Let that be your child. How will you feel? You got these fascists out here destroying families and putting kids under inhumane conditions simply because it's just not white. Let that sink in. Have a heart.